Hey there, I'm going to demonstrate the create group command. Let's take a look at the available commands in Tangerine. And I see we have this new create group command. If I run it with the help option, it gives me information about how to run it. It has a required label parameter and an optional content set parameter. Let's run the first example, except I have run it before, so we'll have to give it a different name. And let's call this test foo project. Oops. Test foo project. And as you can see, it gives me some information about the group it just created, the ID, the label when it was created. Let's take a look at it in my massive list of groups. Test foo project. There it is. This is functionally equivalent to if I had just pressed plus here. What this command does is it logs in as user 1 and kind of like clicks that button. Doesn't actually literally do that, talks to the APIs that the application actually would talk to. So any modules that you have enabled on the installation, the resulting new group functionality that comes out of that would come out of this as well. It's not going to be, it's not going to be any different from pressing that plus button. However, it will be different if you define a content set, whether that is a local content set or a remote content set. Let's first look at a local content set. And by local content set, these are a new thing that we've been working on in the content sets directory, ls content sets. There is a case module directory. There's only one content set. This is the content for the case module, just to demonstrate it. And so if we want to test user stories related to case module, what we can do is test case module content set and define the content set of case module. So now if I reload this, test case module content set, there's our group. And this will have all of the content that you see in that content set. It bases off it. It templates things out too, so like it updates the ID and the group name, the bare minimum of things, but leaves mostly the same. And so I should be able to deploy this application and use it at this point from this group. All right, there is also the option to use a remote content set. So let's do test case module, let's do test remote content set. And so let's say we have some content sets that are online in other repositories from who knows who, and you want to try them out. Take the URL of the repository. Specifically, it needs to include the .git. That's how it recognizes that it's going to be a remote repository. And I copy that. Currently, we can't use the SSH part because the container would need to know your SSH keys. This is going to be a future development, though, probably, as we probably allow inserting of SSH keys into containers. And so you'd be able to add your container's SSH key to this to a repository, and so it can communicate. But until then, it's just the publicly available URLs for Git. And so copy the HTTPS one. And if I paste that in here as the parameter, and it copied it down. And we got groups. And there it is. Not much in this content set. This is actually just like, oh yeah, I just copied this over from the content set of the case module as an example. And that's what I cloned down. So, yeah, that is the create group command. And I hope you enjoy.